It is the 27th of June 2014, and this is the 13th development vlog for Glo Breaker version 2, and this is the actual development vlog for the 26th of June 2014, aka yesterday's. Just finished working on Glo Breaker about 10-20 minutes ago, and today was a pretty simple day, in terms of what was actually produced. It was just doing the pause menu. So let's just run through what we did. Actually, first I'll just show you. So I'll just click on this level, ignore what's happening here, and there's no pause button. As I said in an earlier vlog, that there will be no pause button, and what we will be doing is using some sort of gesture. We've scrapped that idea since we were thinking of doing some sort of two-finger swipe up. It's sort of like how 100 balls does a two-finger swipe from right to left. And even though they made it work really well, I think it can still be a little fidgety. And so we decided against it. And what we've done is, if you click in the top section of the screen, as that isn't used within the gameplay, we've designated that as like literally an entire button for pausing. So if I just click, what it does, it fades in the background and it animates some menu items that bounce in, which is pretty cool. So if you resume, does the same thing, but it basically does it going out. We can retry. We can go back to main menu, which goes to the level select. In the old Glo Breaker, or the current Glo Breaker I should say, the main menu button on the pause would take you literally back to the first screen after the splash screen, which is the main menu. But a lot of games take you back to the level select, because a lot of the time the users want to actually just maybe select a different level. So yeah, that is it. That is the pause menu. Just been designing it dynamically as usual, just to make sure it works on all the devices. Make sure it worked on an iPad, iPad Air, aka Retina, iPad Mini, regular, an iPhone 5, and a Nexus 7 Gen 2. And it seems to be running great on all those devices. More testing will be done soon as well. So yeah, that was it. So when you click, the pause menu comes up. This background here will be actually a semi-transparent background, because you'll still be able to see the game screen. Obviously you won't be running, but you'll still be able to see it. And even these buttons are going to change as well. Most likely going to change, I should say. A lot of what is in here is placeholders. It's like, these are placeholders, this is a placeholder, the stars are placeholders, the dots are placeholders, all of this is a placeholder, this is a placeholder. Everything, a lot of it is changing in the new version. We are updating it heavily. It's almost like an entire new game. So let's just go through the code briefly. Oh, didn't want to create a breakpoint. I'm trying to get this resized. So let's zoom in, show you what I've done. So we just declared a pause resume button, so we just toggle between it. Actually, I think that might have been a better name, like toggle pause. Might change it after. Yeah, just a little boolean to check if it is pause. It's public because I'm accessing it from another class. And I know you might say, oh, you shouldn't have public variables when you make it, or when you make applications in general. You would just do stuff that you was told in programming lessons not to, just because it's easier and it works. And also we have the menus. We have the background. We have a local physics word, which is the double pointer. This is just ridiculous. Just so we can easily just set how we stop the balls from moving, is we essentially set the speed of the physics word to 0, then we set it back to 1, which is the default command. We haven't changed it from its default command, so it starts moving again. So it looks like it is essentially pausing or stopping, and it's starting resuming back up. Then we just got some basic functions, self-explanatory. Retry and go to level select scene. We've got some integers to store the level number and world number. This is used for when you click retry, so it knows what variables to pass in. And then just some menu items as well. And these menu items were created. I'm just going to Control X these and put them up here with these. These were created in here because they will need to be manipulated afterwards. And while I'm here, just quickly comment them. Pause menu items. And now let's just show you the CPP. So in the constructor, it's really simple. So stuff is, set up, the menu item, the background. Most of it, the opacity is set to 0 and the menu items are just positioned off the screen. Then in the, move this down, yep, here we go. In the pause resume, first we just check is the game paused or isn't it, and in this case the game isn't paused, so the game needs to be paused. So the physics world speed is set to 0, then a fade action occurs for the background, then some move action occurs with some animations for the individual menu item, and then they are run, and then we also do the same for this else statement, but it's basically just doing the opposite of what we said up there. Then there's a retry and go to level select scene function, and David didn't obviously. While we're here, let's quickly show you the game scene as well, so you can see what we did in there. But literally, it's just creating the pause overlay pointer. It created the other pointer because there isn't a default constructor, and then we initialize it here. We pass in this so we can draw to it. We pass in the scene world, and this is what we passed in for the double pointer, and then we pass in the level number and the world number, and then pause overlay here. When touch has occurred above a certain amount, basically we have a touch threshold, and we have it set to, actually we'll have a look in a second of, I believe it's the top 25% of the screen, and then this function is called, otherwise it just won't be called. So let's just confirm. So it would be in menu definition, yeah, pause touch threshold, yeah, it's in the top 25% of the screen. So we also added some more hash defines in here, and yeah, that's it for this development vlog. In the next development day, aka later on today when I wake up, what the main thing we'll be doing is modifying this file here. Here we go, brick manager, and this will be modified because not revealing too much at the moment, but World 2, let's just say it's gonna be interesting, it's gonna be different. So the brick manager, in terms of the loading of levels, is going to need to be modified. So that will be the, just sort this out here, that will be the task for later on today. If you have any questions, feel free to message us at support@sonasystem.co.uk. The email will be in the description. You can comment on this video or just directly message us via YouTube. Either way is fine, and as usual, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.